गुड मॉर्निंग मेरे प्यारे बच्चों। आज हम नया जीनस शुरू करेंगे बच्चों, ठीक है, जो कि पेनिसिलियम के रूप में है, ठीक है। और एज यूजुअल हम लोग सबसे पहले पेनिसिलियम का मॉर्फोलॉजी डिस्कस करेंगे, ठीक है मेरे प्यारे बच्चों। और तो सबसे पहले हम क्लासिफिकेशन कर लेते हैं। पेनिसिलियम belongs to kingdom fungi, division Eumycota, and subdivision Ascomycotina, the third subdivision out of 5, because Ainsworth and Sussman in the year 1972-73 they divided division Eumycota into 5 subdivisions, and this is our third subdivision Ascomycotina, to which Penicillium belongs. And we know that subdivision Ascomycotina was divided into how many classes, my dear students? 6 classes. What were those? H, L, P, L, P, D. Hemiascomycetes, Loculoascomycetes, Plectomycetes, Laboulbiniomycetes, Pyrinomycetes, and Discomycetes. That means Penicillium belongs to our third class, that is Plectomycetes of subdivision Ascomycotina, and it belongs to order Aspergillales and family Aspergillaceae, and genus is Penicillium. And according to an online database called uh, Dictionary of the Fungi, approximately 300 species of Penicillium has been reported today. ठीक है, and this fact file was published in its 10th edition in the year 2008, in the 10th edition of the online database called Dictionary of the Fungi. तो आज के समय में कुछ और स्पीशीज ऐड हुए हो सकते हैं, ठीक है बच्चों, बट एटलीस्ट वी कैन से दैट देयर आर approximately 300 species of पेनिसिलियम रिपोर्टेड ग्लोबली, ठीक है। तो सबसे पहले हम डील करेंगे बच्चों मोर्फोलॉजी ऑफ थैलस, या हम इसको बोल सकते हैं थैल स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ वेजिटेटिव थैलस। क्वेश्चन इन दोनों में से किसी भी तरह से एग्जाम में आ सकता है, ठीक है। एंड आउट ऑफ द 300 reported species, most of the species are saprotrophs or the saprobic fungi. That means they live on dead organic source, and they are found on a variety of substratum which is rich in dead organic source. Sorry. So this is it. This is an online database. You can search in internet. हाँ, this is a paid site बच्चों, ठीक है। हाँ, तो इसका 10th edition 2008 में आया था, और उसके हिसाब से approximately 300 species of Penicillium have been reported, and majority are saprobic in nature. Now, Penicillium is also known as green mold or blue mold, depending on species. Why these are called green mold or blue mold? Because they cover the entire substratum on which they are growing and impart it their characteristic color, which is either green or blue. That means some of the species, they produce green colored spores, and some of the spores produce bluish. In fact, this one is a greenish bluish mixture, ठीक है, कुछ bluish green या dull bluish green कलर हम बोल सकते हैं, ठीक है बच्चों। सो So this is it. The image taken from internet. Here you can see green colored outgrowths. And again, I would like to tell you, my dear students, that this green or bluish color is not because of the vegetative thallus, because vegetative thallus is hairline. Although it may be dull or some bright hairline, but it is always hairline. Hairline means colorless. Okay? But when it produces spores, the asexual spores called conidiospores. ठीक है बच्चों, because this fungus reproduces asexually by conidiospores formation. Those conidiospores are formed in huge numbers and they cover the surface, thus imparting its characteristic color. ठीक है बच्चों, and some of the species may be parasitic. There can be more than two, but here we are citing two. There can be नहीं है बच्चों, there certainly are uh, more than two species which are pathogenic in nature, but we have to restrict ourselves to a limit. ठीक है, because you are BSc first year students. ठीक है, so one species is a Italicum, and it is Penicillium italicum, which causes blue mold to the stored citrus fruits. And another species is Penicillium digitatum, that causes green mold disease in the stored citrus fruits. Stored citrus fruits. अच्छा मेरे प्यारे बच्चों, that means Penicillium italicum, it produces blue colored conidiospores, and Penicillium digitatum, it produces green colored conidiospores. So this is the example of Penicillium italicum. You can see the color of spores or the color of the substratum on which it is growing, and the substratum here is a stored citrus fruit, and it is citrus lemon, which we commonly call as lemon. ठीक है मेरे प्यारे बच्चों, and this is one more example. This is Penicillium digitatum. Digitatum, which is also known as green mold. Why? This is the proof. You can see it, and it is growing on a stored citrus fruit. And here the stored citrus fruit is a Citrus sinensis. Sinensis, sinensis, which we commonly know as orange. ठीक है बच्चों, so this is it. Some of the species are economically important. For example, Penicillium roqueforti and Penicillium camemberti. These two species called roqueforti and camemberti. Why these are economically important, my dear students? Because they break down the protein present in milk called casein. है कि नहीं है मेरे प्यारे बच्चों? Casein present in milk and impart characteristic flavor to cheese. So the world class cheese, they are treated with roqueforti and camemberti. They impart special flavor as well as special color to the cheese. ठीक है बच्चों, मैं यहां पर एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल देना चाहूंगा बच्चों, जो अब गंदा नहीं समझना इस चीज को, ठीक है? द fecal matter, our fecal matter, it has a characteristic smell, ठीक है? And that depends on person to person. They varies from person to person. That is only because that different people they consume different type of proteins. ठीक है, and the characteristic smell in the fecal matter is largely due to the breakdown of different types of proteins. ठीक है, मैं एक एक्सपेरिमेंट बताता हूं आप लोगों को. इफ यू फीड, यू कैन सेलेक्ट 5 or 10 people. If you feed them with same type of protein for a month, what you will see that their fecal matter has same type of flavor. ठीक है बच्चों, अब ये नहीं बोलना कि सुबह सुबह क्या गंदा बात बता दिया सर ने. ठीक है, ये मैंने इसीलिए बताना था बच्चों कि जो जब एडिबल आइटम्स हम लोग ज्यादातर हम बात करेंगे सिंपल. ठीक है, एडिबल आइटम्स का जब ब्रेकडाउन हो रहा होता है, या हम बोल सकते हैं कि सिंपल शब्दों में कि जब वो सड़ रहा होता है तो एक कैरेक्टरिस्टिक स्मेल आता है बच्चों. दैट स्मेल इज लार्जली बिकॉज ऑफ ब्रेकडाउन ऑफ प्रोटीन्स. ठीक है, एंड हियर ह्यूमन बीइंग्स हैव एक्सप्लॉइटेड दैट फीचर फॉर देयर इकोनॉमी. ठीक है बच्चों, why? Because Roqueforti and Camembert they break down a protein called casein present in milk. That breakdown of protein imparts characteristic flavor. So this is it. That cheese treated with Roqueforti and Camembert, it has characteristic color also. We can see the color, but we can't smell it. But believe me, है ना, it gives a very good flavor, good aroma. ठीक है, and humans are very clever बच्चों. ठीक है, why? See this, that trade name rock belle. ठीक है, that means that this cheese has certainly been treated with Penicillium roqueforti at least. ठीक है बच्चों, so you can see some characteristic colors here also, but unluckily we can't smell it. Some of the species are economically very important in the sense that they yield some microbicidal chemicals, or we can say that they act as antibiotics. One of them is a penicillin, which was discovered by this great man, Sir Alexander Fleming. ठीक है बच्चों, and during Second World War, this penicillin, this antibiotic called penicillin, it saved millions of lives of soldiers as well as civilians. And that antibiotic was exploited from or extracted from, by that time, from Penicillium notatum. Nowadays, this antibiotic called penicillin is being extracted from some other species also, which include Penicillium chrysogenum, even Penicillium italicum, Penicillium digitatum. Those parasitic forms also yield this penicillin. And sir, for this noble cause, for this noble discovery, Sir Alexander Fleming, he was awarded a Nobel Prize in the year 1945. ठीक है, along with some other fellows from Oxford University. ठीक है मेरे प्यारे बच्चों, सो ये बहुत एक महान आत्मा थे जिन्होंने बहुत सारी जानें बचाई थी. एंड दिस एंटीबायोटिक कॉल्ड पेनिसिलिन इज इक्वली गुड इवन टुडे. ठीक है बच्चों, तो ये शुरू के जो 3-4 स्लाइड्स मैंने आप लोगों को दिखाए हैं बच्चों, ये हालांकि मॉर्फोलॉजी में नहीं आएगा, लेकिन आप लोगों ने ऐड कर लेना है. कई बार एग्जाम में प्रश्न आ जाता है बच्चों. ठीक है, हाँ, क्योंकि इतने छोटे पॉइंट्स का मुझे अलग से लेक्चर नहीं बनाना था, तो मैंने मॉर्फोलॉजी के लेक्चर में ही इनको ऐड कर दिया है. ठीक है बच्चों, अब मैं आगे एक एक करके रीड करता रहूंगा. वेजिटेटिव थैलस इज अ वेल डेवलप्ड माइसीलियम which may be formed by germination of either asexual spores called conidiospores or the sexual spores called ascospores. Mycelium is pale or brightly colored, brightly hyaline. किताबों में कई जगह कलर्ड भी लिखा हुआ है ना, इसका मतलब है कि ब्राइट जैसा बच्चों, जैसे शीशा कई बार कुछ लगता है कि ब्राइट ब्राइट है या कभी डल जैसा शीशा दिखाई देता है ना, उसी तरह से लॉन्ग एंड इट इज थिन, very slender, profusely branched, septate, and uninucleate thallus or mycelium, and the branches being called hypha or hyphae. So this is the diagram you have to draw. You can draw either this diagram, which is showing pure vegetative condition, or you can draw this diagram from book, which shows the asexual reproductive structures called sporangiophores, conidiosporangiophores, and conidia formed in chain at the top of the conidiophores. So you can draw any of these two diagrams. You need not to draw both the diagrams. Septa bear simple pore. अच्छा, ये जो फंगल थैलाई है बच्चों, हमको मालूम है मेस्टिगोमाइकोटिना और जाइगोमाइकोटिना में एसेप्टेट है. सेप्टा अपीयर फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम इन एस्कोमाइकोटिना इन द मेंबर्स ऑफ सब डिविजन एस्कोमाइकोटिना, and septa bear simple pore through which cytoplasmic continuity is established between adjacent cell, or we can say that the cells of the thallus, they communicate with each other through these pores. Sometimes these pores are plugged by Voronin bodies. ये आपको लिखना है तो लिख सकते हो, अगर नहीं लिखना है तो बच्चों छोड़ भी सकते हो इस पॉइंट को, ठीक है. Some of the branches of the thallus grow superficially, while some others they grow beneath the substratum and provide nourishment to the whole thallus by secreting some digestive juices and then by absorption of those digestive nutrients through general body surface. By absorption through general body surface. Hyphae growing beneath substratum also help the thallus to remain attached with substratum. Although there are no rhizoidal structures, but those hyphae which grow beneath substratum, ठीक है, they help in providing nutrients as well as they help in anchoring the thalli or the thallus to substratum or with substratum. Some of the fungal hyphae grow more deep, or some of the subterranean hyphae. The fungal hyphae which grow beneath the substratum are called subterranean, and those which grow superficially can also be said to be epiterranean. मेरे प्यारे बच्चों, so the subterranean hyphae, some of the subterranean hyphae grow more deep into substratum and they aggregate, इकट्ठे हो जाते हैं किसी तरह से, and make a globose structure, a globular structure, which is a pseudo parenchymatous structure called sclerosium, or plurally we can call it sclerotia. आगे मैं आपको डायग्राम दिखाऊंगा. This is it. These are epiterranean hyphae or prostately growing above surface hyphae, and some of the hyphae grow beneath substratum called subterranean hyphae, and some of the subterranean hyphae grow more deep and they make a compact pseudoparenchymatous mass called sclerosium. This sclerosium behaves as a perinating structure. It perinates unfavorable periods and it acts as a mean of vegetative reproduction, or it functions as vegetative propagule, and on approach of favorable conditions it germinates and gives rise to a new vegetative thallus of penicillium or the new mycelium of penicillium. Cytoplasm of each cell. Why each cell मेरे प्यारे बच्चों? क्योंकि पेनिसिलियम का थैलस या माइसिलियम मल्टीसेल्युलर है because septa appear in the thalli of the members of subdivision Ascomycotina and thus also in penicillium which contains one nucleus and all other eukaryotic organelles. ये मैं बार बार रिपीट नहीं करूंगा बच्चों, यूकैरियोटिक ऑर्गेनल्स कौन कौन से होंगे, ठीक है, एक्सेप्ट द photosynthetic structures, chloroplasts or chromoplasts. Each cell is perforated by a simple pore through which cytoplasmic continuity is established between the adjacent cells. And this is the last point, I think. Cell wall is thin. ये याद रखना है बच्चों. Cell wall is thin and it consists of chitin. Chitin is always there. ठीक है. And what is the chemistry of chitin, मेरे प्यारे बच्चों? It is a polymer of N-acetyl glucosamine joined in the similar fashion like in cellulose. That is, they are joined by beta 1,4 linkage. ठीक है. And linkage in case of carbohydrates or sugars is a glycosidic linkage. ठीक है मेरे प्यारे बच्चों. That is why chitin is also said to be fungal cellulose. And there is one more chemical, it is menon. Menon is a homopolysaccharide. It is polysaccharide or polymer form of a sugar called mannose. Mannose. And in fact, menon, it does not exist in the cell wall of fungi and here in penicillium individually. Rather, it forms a complex with some proteinaceous structures. ठीक है. प्लस प्रोटीन्स. ये मैंने जानबूझ के छोड़ दिया था. मैंने सोचा था कि ये मैं बाद में लिखूंगा ताकि मेरे बच्चों को थोड़ा और अच्छे से याद रह जाए. ठीक है. एंड इट एग्जिस्ट इन द cell wall of fungi, not in all. ठीक है. Like chitin. Chitin is present in cell wall of all fungi. Whereas menon, we didn't see it in the members of subdivision Mastigomycotina and subdivision Zygomycotina. But here in the members of subdivision Ascomycotina, it is present. ठीक है. And it is found in association with the proteins and is called menoprotein. ठीक है बच्चों. तो मेनन लिखने की बजाय अगर आप लोग लिख सकते हो सेल वॉल इज थिन एंड कंसिस्ट ऑफ chitin and menoproteins. So this is it, मेरे प्यारे बच्चों. There won't be any class tomorrow and day after tomorrow because I will be preparing the materials for you people. ठीक है बच्चों. And see you on Monday. Thank you very much बच्चों. Have a nice day. Stay safe.